Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Swedish Dharma Tarot. My name's Christina. I'm a Swedish Australian living and working in southern Sweden. I'm a medium, a psychic and an artist, and this will be the 5th reading I do for you. I just quickly want to say that if you would like, it's quite possible for you to have a private reading with me. I'm slowly building up my base. I've been out here for just these 5 weeks, that's it. And I need your support. So please subscribe, like, and share. If you don't recognize your own situation, perhaps you recognize the situation of somebody else. And yeah, it would be very kind if you could make yourself the trouble of sharing it. Sometimes I get stuck on words because I'm used to working in Swedish, but I'm a bit nervous too, I guess. You've heard it before. If it doesn't resonate, look at one of your other planets. I suggest that you can look at your moon, your Venus and your Mars, and even your rising sign or ascendant. Sagittarius, work fell out. We'll put it to the side for the time being. Here we go. And a young person, or maybe even a child, came up in reverse. It's a Prince of Swords. So they should be a Libra, Aquarius or Gemini. Let's see what Spirit wants to let you know. That should be enough. The tarot cards I work with are called the Goddess Tarot. They're the only ones I work with because they taught me everything I know. They're made by Chris Waldher, an American artist. And the whole major arcana is made up of different goddesses from different cultures and time periods all over the world. Yeah. I see Miss or Mrs., a mature Sagittarius woman who's in a big transformation. I have the feeling that this is she's on her way into a one-sex relationship with another woman. So big process and a very overwhelming one in many senses. She's divorced and is now coupling up with a woman in an air sign. So this is the Queen of Swords. She's very artistic and absolutely very communicative. And yeah, they are hooking up. That's great. Best of luck with that. And they're talking here, the cards are talking here about your divorce. And I think you have, and you know you've had a very good man, very good father. He comes up as a King of Cups. So he should be either Cancer, Scorpio or Fish. He's hurting. Understandably so. When you're left and against your will, because he loves you very much, he's quite overwhelmed by it all. And there are 2 boys in this marriage as well. Even a girl. Yeah, so 3 children. And I don't know what that work card and the boy up there says, but we'll look at that closer later on. And maybe I went too far in advance when I said 2 boys and a daughter. I think maybe I shouldn't count the boy here that's near the work card that fell out when I was shuffling. So we'll leave that child for the time being. In the meantime, there are lots of fears that that are grounded in what do people think and what will they say and how can we deal with this and in the best way, not least of all for the children. But I think you're a Sagittarius. You're like me. You're straight. You say what you think and you do what you believe in, and you do it with integrity and a lot of honor. And what's important for children is that their parents are in love, that their parents love each other and not in conflict. So the fact that you're the same sex doesn't really bother children unless they happen to be teenagers, which of course will make it a bit more sensitive. I can't tell what the age of the children are, but it feels like they're small. So the younger they are, the easier it will be for you. And I think, I think it doesn't matter what I think, but the cards are only telling me that, or us, that there are fears, there are lots of inner conflicts about this situation, and you even have your doubts, dear Sagittarius. Please try not to. This is an ideal partner for you, this Queen of Swords. And you will get more and more convinced. I think you know that already, but it's difficult with the social attitudes around us. Sometimes it's more difficult than others. Depends on the culture that you live in, of course. But this relationship is going to give you the possibility of being yourself completely. And you will be accepted unconditionally for who you are. And I think you're quite capable of doing that with your woman as well. And it's sad when you see this 10 of Cups, which is the ultimate of happiness, coming up next to the 7 of Swords, which is fear. So I think if I should give you any kind of advice, it's to try to focus on the happiness more than anything else, and be open and communicative, first and foremost with your children, but also with school, with parents, with your parents. I was thinking initially about the parents of other children in the classes, but even your own family, naturally. And you'll find that this is going to work out. This will resolve itself. You just have to be very confident in what you're doing and why. And as long as you know that, you will always find solutions. And I think you will have support in the father in time. He just needs a little bit more time to accept the situation. And he's already a wonderful father. So I'm sure you'll have a great support in him too when it comes to explaining to the children and answering any questions that they might have. It's going to be great. Just believe in it. So that's what the tarot had to say to you, dear Sagittarius. We also have these Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. We'll take one of those. We'll ask Spirit to give us a message from these wonderful, wonderful cards that are actually a present to me from my soul sister Julie in Australia. She had no idea I worked with the Goddess Tarot, but it's nice, huh? It's very close. She knew I worked with the tarot, but she didn't know with which deck. Come on, Spirit, can you flip a card? Thank you. Ishtar. Ishtar. I don't know. Sometimes I chop the heads off the cards. I think that I should hold it lower. So Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. I think that's wonderful. And I think when it comes to you, it's not so much demands on your time and energy. It's more the demands of social, Oh gosh, I think you understand what I mean. Social taboos or acceptable ways of living. A loving couple is a man and a woman. Well, no. A married couple are two people who love each other and who respect each other. It's not about gender. It's about love. And you're strong, Sagittarius. You'll do it. Yeah. Here's another oracle deck called the Yogic Path. A wonderful deck with all sorts of different deities and Ayurveda things and yoga and spirituality. And the book or the cards themselves are written by Sahara Rose, and the artwork is made by Daniel Knoll. And they're a must if you're going to call yourself Swedish Dharma Tarot. And I found them just 2 weeks before I started the channel. But yeah, they're going to be my friends. They're going to be one of my tools and help me out. Of course, there's a Dharma card in here as well. I think it's this one. Bhakti. Actually, there are 2 here. And Tamas. No, it's not Tamas. It's Bhakti. Bhakti. I'm not sure what it is. If it's... Yeah, it's not a deity, I don't think. Spirituality, maybe. That's from yoga. Devotion. Nice. You've begun walking on the path of devotion. Bhakti yoga. You're devoted to something greater than yourself, greater than your body, your possessions, or your desires. This dedication is to the divine. Now is the time to ask yourself, what does divinity mean to me? When do I feel close to divine? Paths to Bhakti Yoga include kirtan, devotional mantras, meditations, and prayers to the gods and goddesses, offering service to those in need and spending time in nature. The selfless path of Bhakti Yoga takes you to the greatest ecstasy of all, the bliss of devoting yourself to spirit. This is what it's about. When it's true love, you don't look at the person that you're together with and think, oh, what can she do for me? It's the other way around. What can I do for my partner to make her happy? And if both have that intention, you can't miss. And certainly when it's real love, when it's genuine love, there's compassion, there's devotion. It's going to higher your frequencies and get you closer to God, however you see him or her. All the best of luck, Sagittarius. What a wonderful love story. Bye.